Hey cats, it's your midsole man Eddbud here. Today I've got a breakdown of my go-to shoes right now in 2025. I've got for you my favourite 5 in February. 5 models and my reasons why they're staying in my shoe rotation right now. I'm picking these and opting for them over practically everything else within the shoe rotation. Let's get to it. Okay, I've got 5 pairs for you today in my video which have got features and perhaps tech that just stand out a little bit, and they keep me opting for these over anything else that I've got to hand. I mean, the shoe rotation and collection is ever growing, it never stops, but these 5 really stand out for me right now. Bang! First up is the ADIOS 9 from ADIDAS. I love the look of these. They look like something from like back in the 50s or something. You could even go bowling in them, I reckon. Reasonably cheap, very, very cheerful on foot. I've enjoyed the ADIOS series from right back in the 3rd iteration. I tried the 4th, the 6th, 7th, 8th, and the 9th now as well. And I think actually this is one of the best yet. The shoe has changed quite drastically over the course of time from a lower weight sort of racer, I suppose, and that's kind of what we've got again. It did mold into a like almost daily driver at one point, but this one is for the pace workouts, that's for sure. I love this one for many reasons. The fit is absolutely spot on. It's like a glove. There's very little lace tension on the top of the foot as well, even though the tongue is actually quite minimally padded. ADIDAS have got it just right in terms of the upper here. No slip whatsoever. Very flexible back here with a very minimal sort of heel counter, which is literally just a bit of a reinforcement here. This midsole as well is as responsive as a plant when the sun gets to it. The stack height here absolutely spot on, and if you're running on a treadmill quite often, which I have been over winter, then this one really does hit the spot. If you want to switch things up in your run and put some speed in there, just turn up the pace, then you can do in the ADIOS 9. It's nippy and it's very nimble. So you can say goodbye to your shoe selection woes, pick up a pair of these. I don't think you'll regret it. I think it's like 120 quid, and I'm trying to think of another shoe that's as exciting to utilise as the ADIOS 9, which improves over the initial miles as well. The Light Strike Pro here just seems to get better and better the more you mash it. Softens up a little bit, and we know that Light Strike Pro is very durable over time, at least this older version. So that is the first of my favourite 5 in February, the ADIOS 9. I will warn you now, it's a bit of an ADIDAS show today. I can't help but increase the love for the ADIZERO Evo SL. Wasn't really that sure about this shoe when I first got it. There's a lot of hype surrounding it. But now the hype's kind of cleared away, you're left with a really light, nimble shoe with loads of stack. I've been opting for this one when I'm doing a session where I don't quite know what I want to do. If I'm venturing out on road or concrete, then this one certainly has the grip, cushion, and the lightweight feel that I'm after, and I can kind of make it up as I go along, really. If you're running like marathon pace and perhaps want to throw in some intervals or reps there at a faster speed, then the Evo SL really does work out well. I'm really loving the width and surface area as well that we've got in this shoe. The bounce and the cushion has improved drastically again with Light Strike Pro. You can't really judge these too much out of the box. You need to get some miles into them to truly appreciate them. I think at this price as well, it's like 130 or something, it presents some exceptional value. I can see me scoring this one much higher perhaps than I did in my initial review when I get to 100 miles. In fact, this shoe very much reminds me of the original ADIZERO Pro. I think that was like back in 2020 or 2021. You had a big slab of Light Strike Pro foam in that one, obviously with the original energy rods and the mesh upper. This shoe feels very much like a new take on that one. They knew that that shoe worked very well, and now they've been able to produce something that's a lot cheaper, minus the energy rods of course, but still has that nimble feel with the surface area and width in the forefoot. Kind of changed all of that into a daily trainer, and it's a real banger. Kinda wish that I didn't have the black and white version, because as you can see, it's very dirty and nothing's ever going to change that now. But I know they're releasing lots more pairs in different colorways, so there's something there that will be able to suit any sort of route. Mine would need to be maybe a brown haze with the black stripes. That would work out pretty well. So great value for money, and has a position in my favourite 5 for February. If you are enjoying today's video, do hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up like too. Drop us a comment as well to help with the YouTube algorithm. Dankeschön. The Nimbus 27 from ASICS is also in my selection today. It's a shoe that I've been reaching for when max stack is required. As I'm getting older, the bones, they just need a bit more cushion and impact protection. Where the potential of pace and faster speed sessions are not really on the cards or in my mind, then this one is certainly a shoe that helps to facilitate getting in a few miles of a day perhaps where the work has worn me out a bit. Really liking these for recovery runs, like the plush upper, certainly around the ankle area, and there's lots of nice space up here. It's like a very comfortable, roomy sedan. And of course you got the gratuitous cushion from the even larger stack height over the Nimbus 26. Pure gel in the heel, and you can feel it as well. Certainly if you're running at a slightly slower speed, really does absorb the impact there. I think the few extra mil of stack here in the heel are certainly helping out on those recovery efforts, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of those as I start ramping up the mileage ready for the Manchester Marathon. Finally feel like reasonable again. I've had some really bad like sore throats, coughs, splutters, just generally feeling a bit worn out. I'm starting to get it back again, and the VO2 max is on the rise. So definitely keeping this one in the rotation as we move through February. I think the ASICS running shoe lineup really does speak for itself, where you've got the meta speed category, which is sort of lower weight. When weight's not so important and you just want the cushion, and the Nimbus is there. And I can see this one working for a very wide cross section of runners out there when you want plush cushion but without the flimsy upper materials that you do get on some race shoes. ASICS have drastically improved the outsole here as well. There's more grip, the lugs are more plentiful, so certainly worthy of a place in the rotation. Certainly continuing the ADIDAS theme here, the ADIOS Pro 4. I've just been really enjoying this shoe. As you can see, it's got a very specific kind of patina about the upper now. It's been to Spain and back. It's super forgiving. The impact protection that you've got in this shoe is just wild now. Soft midsole, apparent durability of the shoe as well, and stellar outsole grip. This stuff really is cooking. It's engaging. It practically urges you to run faster than you perhaps intended to, which obviously isn't always what you want. I mean, you just can't really run that easy in this shoe. It's exhilarating, and it's just far too tempting to turn up the pace. But as a race and pace shoe in 2025, well, I'm certainly considering it for the Manchester Marathon in April. I mean, it's going to take something monumentally incredible to like beat this shoe. Just let's see how long it lasts over time, right? The last time out when we had a shoe like this, the Metaspeed Sky Paris, for example, well, the foam was great, but it did start to deteriorate quite quickly. So let's hope that that doesn't happen with this new version of Lightstrike Pro and the ADIOS Pro 4. Maybe ASICS have got something else up their sleeve though, who knows? And what about the Vaporfly 4 from Nike? That one looks interesting. Time will tell. Just find it very easy to roll along in like half marathon or marathon pace in this one, and you can just sort of hang there for sustained periods of time. Very smooth shoe. If you don't need stability, could be a little bit too soft perhaps. If you do, that's the only real issue with this shoe so far. It's right up there in terms of my favourite 5 in February. Last shoe is one that I didn't really think I was going to enjoy that much, and the more and more I utilise it, the more and more I like it. The Pegasus Premium from Nike. Many times I've seen comments on the channel about this one. It's not a running shoe, it's a lifestyle shoe. It's heavy, it's clunky. I'm wondering how many of those people have actually tried the shoe out. I thought it was going to be a colossal clunker, but it's actually really, really smooth on foot. There's loads of bounce here as well. Only seems to be improving the more I use it. If you have run in this one, I reckon you might actually find out it's quite a fun ride, really. Yes, it's a tad heavy. Yes, it's a bit unstable in the heel, though I found the components are starting to free up over time. So Peg Premium's been like a go-to, really, for everything. I've just been throwing it on in the mornings, going to work, doing some treadmill running, some easy runs, throwing in a bit of like 5k pace into those as well, just to see what it feels like, and feels just right to me. I think the only major problem I've had is in some very cold conditions, the toe box is very, very breathable. It's just too thin and my feet are just freezing. But it's a really reliable option when the legs are a bit tired and I just want a little bit of bounce there just to keep me rolling on. Also like this shoe from the outsole perspective in terms of winter. I've not had any problems there in terms of stability. It's got good grip, the traction is okay. I'm getting a few things caught up in there, but the lugs feel a bit tougher than some of Nike's other options that I've tried out over the last few years. Just creates a nice assured feeling. The depth is there to these lugs. So regardless of personal taste on this shoe, it's certainly a running shoe to me, and I've been enjoying it for what it is. I mean, you can run in any shoe, can't you? It might not be great, but this one's certainly far from being the worst. So that's my final shoe in my favourite 5 for February. Let me know what's in your shoe rotations right now, people. I'm keen to see them. Drop us a comment down below. Quick musical interlude for you. I've been listening to Paul Weller's Heavy Soul album, particularly like the title track from that, but my favourite on the whole album is the song Peacock Suit. Really love the grainy, overdriven guitars there. Kind of sounds like we might have a little bit of SG, maybe some Casino on there. I think that's what Weller was using around about that time period. Drums are stomping, production is great. There's not too much in the tracks. There's a nice little smattering of echo here and there, and a few strange kind of noises and stuff. It's always some weird stuff on Weller records, but always adds a little bit of excitement there. It's a bit like a fireworks show, but it's been done subtly. Can't believe that one was 1997. Wow, I can remember the day it came out. Peacock Suit by Paul Weller. Thanks for tuning in, people. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're a new viewer, hit that subscribe button, and if you're always here and you enjoy the videos, also give us a thumbs up like. Drop us a comment to help with the algorithm, and also give us a super thanks as well if you want to support the channel on a more ad hoc basis, financially that is. My name's Eddbud, and I'll be seeing you